Okay, so today we're getting a very special tour. My friend Wendy CHong is the realtor, and we will put her contact information just in case you guys want to buy this little bungalow yourself. And we're going to get a tour of the interior of the house. So she's going to meet us here, but look at this fabulous massive porch. Don't you know a lot of entertaining went down here?
Yes.
Hey, girlfriend.
Hey.
Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for coming.
This is
it's just such a special
This is the
home.
life we were meant to lead.
Yes, right.
With all the servants, of course, and
I know.
cooks, and yeah, and special personnel that come with a place of this grandeur. Okay, so tell us about this amazing home. English, Tudor?
Yes, this house was built in 1904.
Okay.
And it was built by a businessman, Ed Cook, and it was modeled after a famous banker's home in Marion, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
And so in the traditional Tudor style.
Wow.
Yes.
So this is just a stone's throw from the Overholtzer Mansion, which was built, I think, was the very first one in this neighborhood, built in 1903. But I mean, look at the grandeur of this.
It is unbelievable, and I cannot imagine what it would be to try to build this today
yeah.
with the quality of woodwork
Yeah.
and the just the detail.
Well, and imagine,
throughout.
if you will, that when this was built, this was just, there were no trees here.
Right.
This was just really basically barren prairie land that they built on.
Yes.
And this would have been out of town.
Yes.
When they built it.
Yes.
So that's just phenomenal. It's actually probably much more beautiful now with all of the trees than it was
Right.
when it was originally built.
Right.
And so this would have been the movers and shakers who probably were the ones who really facilitated statehood.
Yes.
And these were the early pioneers, because statehood went in 1916.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So these were the preeminent precursor influencers of that era.
Correct.
The OG influencers.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
look,
right.
Yeah.
The old guard.
Yeah, and all the dark
The
wood.
frescoes.
Oh my gosh.
I know. What I love about this house is that the owners have kept all of the, or most of the integrity. They've tried, you know,
Yes.
to keep the integrity of the original build. So you've got original woodwork, you've got the frescoes, you've got so many details that, like I said, you cannot get these days, or if you did, I can't imagine the cost
Oh yeah.
of
Well,
doing that.
And the furnishings are also very appropriate to the house.
Yes.
The fireplaces, the fire features, because can you imagine what it took to
Right.
heat these places back
Right.
before gas? I mean, at one time, I'm sure all of these were gas fixtures and have since been
Converted.
electrified and converted to...
See, I don't know, but that is possible. I feel like there was electricity at that time, because this person who built this house had established the OG&E, basically.
Oh, you're kidding?
No.
Oh, that is fascinating.
yes.
OG&E being Oklahoma Gas and Electric.
Yes.
The fixtures, the shape of them
Yes.
just looks very reminiscent of what
The
would have been gas.
licensing,
But
the licensing
okay.
for.
How intriguing. How intriguing. So how many square feet is this?
It has approximately, the main house has over 8,500 square feet, and then there is an additional carriage house that was actually done later, but with a 4-car garage. It is over 1,000 square feet.
Okay. I'll probably be asking you these questions on repeat, because it's kind of mind-boggling.
No, that is fine.
And here, right here, let's do a
Yes,
little advertisement
yes.
for you. So Wendy has bought and sold how many? Well, you bought and sold, or you helped me find my original.
Yes.
Wait a second, I'm trying to think. Okay. You sold my house
our
in
most
Crown
recent
Heights.
transaction,
Yes.
was
Yes.
your sale in Crown
Heights
Heights and the purchase of
the
Mesca
cottage.
Park. Yes.
But that said, we have been friends for a million years. Our kids went
million.
to school together,
Uh-huh.
and I know all sorts of stories.
That's right. She
Which-
knows the scoop.
Yeah, yeah. So there's information here, but how do people, if they want to reach you, they go?
My cell at 405-209-3880. Love some advertising.
Yeah.
Or my website, wendychong.com.
Yeah. That was not really planned. I just figure why
appreciate
not
that.
give her?
I appreciate that so much.
Yes. Why not give her a little, show her a little bit of love?
Absolutely.
Okay, and this would be a back entry way to the backyard.
Yes.
And really.
And there is
yeah.
actually out there, they have created an outdoor cooking space
Wow.
under that portico. Yes. So
I have been here in the past. So years
Yes.
ago, I used to help with some of the landscaping here and some of the seasonal color and that kind of
Right.
stuff. And I have been in this home before,
Yes.
on the ground floor, but I haven't been to the
Upstairs.
upstairs. So that's what I'm really excited to see.
Yes.
That's really what I'm excited to see. And oh yes, I can imagine all sorts of important topics of conversation taking place
Yes.
here, business being conducted.
And this is like just the lighting in here is amazing as well. I mean, I feel like all the chandeliers and all of the original or close to original fixtures are also in theme
Yeah.
with the whole
Grandeur
entire
of the
property.
house.
So
And the other thing that, and
these frescoes just
Yeah.
with all the dark woods and everything, it reads kind of dark, the lighting, but imagine back what it was before any of these trees were here.
Right.
So it would have been a completely different ambiance. Wow. So did they bring in artisans from Europe probably, or do you know?
I am not sure about the history of that. I do know on the landing that is rumored to be a Tiffany stained glass, and which was very at the time during the period. I believe he was doing several throughout the United States. So,
Well, if some of these grand homes were built approximately at the same time, like Overholtzer, and then some of these grand homes that were built in close proximity, you have to wonder if maybe they use some of the same artisans.
right.
I don't
right.
know that,
And I don't
but
either. I
it's
don't
fun
either
to
because
speculate.
It is fun to speculate and to you just don't know what pool of contractors, and I mean,
Yeah.
because we look at things in today's lens, through today's lens, and you can get things so easily and readily for the most part.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Right.
then, I mean, I wonder how long did it take to get to mill this wood, and how long did it take
Well,
to?
when you think about it, like right now, if I need a good, I don't know, electrician or exterminator, I can call you and I say, oh, Wendy, who do you use or whatever. But back then, they would have had the same needs.
Right.
So I would think one mansion would converse
Yes.
with the other mansion,
Yes.
probably via a servant or
Yes.
something. It is fun to imagine how they lived.
Right.
Okay, this is a great room. This is
Isn't
maybe
it?
one of my favorite spots in the house.
It's just amazing how much storage really, I mean, the forethought of that for entertaining during
Well,
the day.
They would have done so much of it.
Right.
They'd have to.
Right.
They'd have to. Okay, let's just get a glimpse. This is what I
Yes.
mean. I mean, just look out the windows at the grandeur of these homes. The best of old house
Yes.
living, and then obviously the kitchen would have been redone.
That was redone,
Yeah,
yes.
obviously.
That was remodeled. I'm not sure of the date,
Yeah.
but of course, you've got updated appliances and top grade appliances. And so this family really utilizes this kitchen.
Yeah. Well, and you can imagine too, this kitchen is pretty large. It's very functional and everything. And then, but way back when, it probably was a tiny little space.
Right.
Because they really didn't care how much
Right.
room some of the servants had.
But they tried to keep this in period
Mm-hmm.
as well with the oak cabinetry and.
What's your favorite part of this house?
I love that upstairs nook.
Okay, well, point it out to us
Okay.
once we get up there.
There's an upstairs nook that is just
And you know, for entertaining, there's pretty good flow.
Yes.
There really
Yes.
is pretty good flow. I mean, just look at these little everywhere.
And that's
Oh,
where
that was a
the milk
refrigerator.
would go. Right.
Oh, look at this, you guys.
Because originally
Okay.
that would have been a porch.
And then they could just put in the milk.
Yes.
Because, of course, we all
They
had
delivered
a
it.
milkman.
Yes.
That's really cool.
Well, even even I growing up had a milkman.
Right.
So that
Right.
that wasn't that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
I like that chandelier a lot.
I know.
And
Isn't
look at
that
this
neat?
porte cochere here.
Say that
And
word again?
Porte cochere and
The outdoor.
the fabulous fixtures, outdoor fixtures. Yeah,
A lot of space to add seating.
yeah. I bet a lot of parties, both way back when and in contemporary times, went down here. Do you know how many square feet this place is?
It has approximately 9,900 square feet, but that does include the basement, and there is a $1,000 square foot garage apartment outside.
Okay, so this is, I said, is this 3-story? And you said 3-story, but it could be 4 because the basement, there's a cigar.
Features a cigar room,
Of
a
course.
cigar and wine room.
Of course, because who doesn't need one
Right.
of those?
Correct.
So we're just going to take a quick run through. Would this have been
This must be the oval.
This is the primary
the
suite.
primary suite?
Yes.
Okay. It looks pretty primary to me. And look at this feature right here.
I'll show you guys this.
Really. Do you know how much of the stuff is original?
A lot of this is original, but the house, the interesting part to me of this house was that it was almost demolished back in the 60s.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, and it went through a series of owners and even a corporate ownership back in the insurance company.
And HP didn't start here until 1964, I believe.
I'm not sure.
I'm
not
pretty
sure on the date
I'm
of
pretty sure
that.
it's 64.
But I know that in '78, they used it as the decorator show house,
Okay.
the symphony show house. Back
Which
in
is a
78.
huge fundraiser
Yes.
here for the Philharmonic.
Yes.
And
And then again in the '90s.
oh, really?
Yes. And so, but you know, as you will see, so much of the original woodwork and window, well, obviously the windows because of HP, but the windows, the woodwork, is all original.
Yeah. And I mean, look at all of these little fireplaces.
Right. All original.
Like steel
Yeah.
or something. That's crazy.
Yeah. And how sweet. So people really do live
Yes.
in these
Yes.
grand homes.
And these people raised 4 children here.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I mean, even look at I don't know if we got this bathroom. Stuart, you can come in here. And I will tell you, I get confused in here because it's so large. And
Right.
you said 9,000 plus square feet?
Yes, and that does include the quarters.
The quarters outside, okay. Now, can you just imagine the pitter patter of lots of little feet
Yes.
running,
Yes.
jumping?
I mean, what a great house to grow up in.
Oh my word! I
Can
would
you
get
even
lost.
imagine?
I can't even imagine. It
Well, we
might
haven't
be.
even made it to the upstairs yet.
Oh, I know. This is incredible.
Hey, Kristen.
So this is the second floor.
Yes.
This is the second floor, and look at this wallpaper in here.
The toile.
The toile wall, and I bet this is original.
I'm not sure. I feel like they added it, but what a perfect
Oh, yeah.
design choice.
It certainly is appropriate. And then the other thing that's so fun, now this reminds me of my grandmother's house growing up,
Yes.
these push button
Yes.
light switches.
And they left those because of the historic
Oh, yeah.
significance. And there are actually pocket doors here, and so many pocket doors throughout the house.
Throughout the house, which is a feature
But
that,
see, I believe that this is all original. The
Oh, it has
leather,
that look, doesn't
it
it?
sure looks like it's original.
the leather window seat.
Well, I just really feel so,
Yes.
I just really feel so important standing here. I can envision like a Christmas tree right there. It's
Right.
very Downton Abbey.
Right.
Very Downton Abbey. So I'm wondering if you're like saying, if you're saying, okay, honey, I left it in such and such a room, you'd almost have to really, you would really have to be very specific about which room it was.
Which room?
Okay, so now this is going to the third floor, the upstairs.
Yes.
Okay.
Of course.
Oh, wow. This
And
is,
as you see, as
This is
many of
cozy.
these, there is a flooring change.
yeah, okay.
You know, you go to the pine,
Uh-huh.
because most of the time these were ballrooms. You'll see this grand room we're going in momentarily.
Which is interesting because you think about all of these guests who would go to balls, some of them would be older.
Right.
And getting up these stairs,
Right.
I guess people were in better shape back then. I don't know.
Right.
Or, yeah. And it's very cozy. These bedrooms and things up here are very cozy. Okay, so this is just,
One went left, one went right.
well, just another bedroom up here. Man, if you were a teenager and you had this whole upstairs.
I'll briefly show them that one real quick and then meet you guys.
Yeah.
But you guys can keep talking. I can still
Okay.
So the current owners use this as
So
a theater room.
Okay, so this was the ballroom.
Yes. We think this was the ballroom originally.
It's kind of
Okay, come on into
I'm coming.
the once ballroom,
Many
now
times,
billiard
yes.
room and home theater.
Yes.
I didn't know it went that far over.
And truly, you feel like you're in a tree house up here. It is incredible. Look at this.
Oh yeah, the views.
Yes.
Great borrowed
Especially,
views.
this is one of my favorite nooks in this house. Right over here.
Oh, wow.
How charming.
How charming. Cuddle up with a book there.
Now, I feel that a lot of this was added later on, but they tried the woodwork.
Yeah.
But they tried to emulate, you know, go
Yeah.
back with what would have
Yeah.
been original. See, part of this is probably original,
Yeah.
but
And respect the
Yes.
architecture of the
the
house.
integrity.
So I'm trying to envision a ball being in here.
I know.
And like, where would the orchestra be? Where would the,
Right.
because, you know, who amongst us does not need a ballroom?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, this is pretty fabulous. Okay, let's go back downstairs. Oh, what's over here?
Knows there are 2 additional bedrooms over there.
Oh my gosh. So I guess
A laundry room.
there's a laundry
Yes.
room in here. Oh yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if we caught this before. So
Basically a his and hers bath. You know, this is where the children were, the
Yeah.
floor.
Oh, we were in here earlier. Sorry.
And so you've got,
I'm just
Yeah.
giving them another look at the same room. All right, here we go.
okay, right here. But I think we missed this bedroom before.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I'm the one that showed them the same
Okay.
one before. Yeah.
Yeah,
Over there.
this is pretty spectacular. So obviously these houses were built for entertaining because I guess you would
Yes.
have guests come from the countryside or of Oklahoma or whatever, and they
Yes.
would come here, and then you could really accommodate huge
Right.
numbers of guests for a long
Right.
period of time. And
and of course this the person who built it was, a business person, and I'm sure they had several people in and out
Yeah.
because obviously in 1904,
Yes.
there weren't a lot of accommodations. So
Right.
people did have people staying with them.
Yes.
And, that's why they all had carriage houses too. I mean, that was,
Yeah.
for
Don't you just
other
love the
purposes, but-
history of these old places?
But look at this.
I know, it's so, oh, wow.
It's
I-
amazing.
I didn't see
Do
the
are
detail.
these operational? Do you know?
I believe they are.
Yeah, they look like they probably are. But like you
I
say,
have not tested them,
the views. I mean, look at this.
Right.
One of the fabulous things about these houses
Beautiful.
is just the borrowed views, and even like the rooftops, like the
Yes.
clay tile rooftop. That's
Yes.
one of my favorite houses in the neighborhood, by the way, across the street.
Me too. Don't you love that
I love
house?
that. It feels like it should be a Chautauqua or something.
I agree. I agree.
It is incredible.
It is beautiful.
And there's a fabulous saucer magnolia in front of that, just FYI.
Oh, yes, I know, because
When
when
it's in
everything else,
bloom.
when all the other foliage is gone, that's
Yes.
still there.
Yeah. Okay. Now, Stuart, we can speed this up again and we'll go back down to where we started.
It's really dark down here,
I
but
wish there was some alcohol, jeez.
Yeah, I think we need to have a party here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my word.
I know.
How fun is this?
Isn't that fun?
This looks, yeah, don't look yet, Stuart. This looks like when we were in Scotland at the Fife and Arms. I mean, and then look at this picture from way back when.
Yes.
Oh, and look at the awnings.
I mean, you were
and stuff it
absolutely
had.
right about the trees. No trees.
Yeah, no
Look at the
trees.
apple
Cleared
fronds
everything.
around it,
Yeah.
Pretty
Wow.
There's no Devon Tower
Okay.
in the background.
Okay, now this place is really cool, you guys.
All right,
And
I wanna see
hopefully,
it, geez.
hopefully you can see it.
We'll
Okay,
go in
look
first,
look
get
in
lights
here.
on,
Okay.
everything, lights come on.
Well,
Let's see what
I don't know.
Okay, I don't know if
Sure,
I
we'll
said
do
the
that.
neighbor, the,
All right, here we go.
okay.
Okay, I
Are you
almost
serious?
don't want to turn on the light because that would take away.
Holy smokes, I did not have any expectations.
Oh my gosh.
That's the crazy thing.
This is so cool. Okay, now Stuart, right here, there's a grade change, so don't trip.
I'm gonna shoot
But
from
look,
up here so they can see, because it's so dark. I don't think
okay,
the
but
shadow-
here's a practical question, Wendy.
Yes.
So let's say you and I and our friend Lisa
Yes.
and Marty, we're down here and we're enjoying a few
Yes.
because we are girls who like
That's right. We like our
Our-
champagne tastings.
we like our
Mhm.
beverages. How do you then get back up and out?
I think you crawl.
You crawl. Yeah. I mean, this might be my new favorite place. This is magnificent.
Isn't it great?
And look, oh my gosh, there's a TV in here. I
Yes.
just now, once you adjust to the light,
I know,
Yes.
I'm trying to get,
and look at the stained glass in here. Oh my gosh. Wow.
It's
gonna be
pretty
dark. I think
amazing.
they can still see it, so I think it'll still be fun for
And
you.
of course, there's wine refrigerators down here. I bet everything is temperature controlled.
The fact that it's, is this a thing people did where they lowered an area in the middle of a room? I mean, I've never seen just the center of a room.
No,
something
and I don't know either.
So interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it might have
really
had to do
changes the
with
feel of the whole
may
thing.
have had to do with
Right.
wine storage and how it would have been cooler down here
Yes.
True.
then.
That's true.
And look at that.
I'm not sure if the current owner just created this space or if it has been here all along. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is let's get on our tuxes and
that's
our
way better.
evening
I
gowns.
know.
I had it on wide angle, and without wide angle, they can see much better. So I'm gonna give them another tour around.
Okay, give them another tour. This light fixture could not be more perfect.
I know.
It could not be more perfect. Oh my word.
That is crazy.
This is just.
I love like the dungeon vibe.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. I mean, now this is where you want to hide out during a tornado.
Oh, I agree.
Seriously, though.
Tornado watch.
I agree.
and it's so deep down in here, you may not even hear the
Right.
tornado. But you know what? That may not have been, and that may have been something that they thought of when those tornadoes came sweeping down
Yes.
the plain. And did you get the stained glass there,
I
which is
did.
just really
Did
marvelous?
you see the dungeon door? It's such
Oh, yeah.
Such a cool door.
Yes. And then also it was in addition to, beverages, obviously, it's also,
With backups.
yeah, look, well, it's also where the men would come and smoke their cigars.
Yes, and there's
Cigars.
also a powder bath
So
in
this
case
is-
you need to freshen up.
Okay, so we have a humidor, we've got oh my gosh, look at that mirror.
Yes.
Every bathroom is so much bigger than I think it's going to be. Pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
I know. Those are
Oh.
really functioning, however.
Oh my gosh. So if you party too much
Right.
and you have a little accident, then you shower down here.
Yes. Or just sleep in there.
Or just or just
pass
cuddle
out
up in
down
a
there.
ball and
Uh-huh.
What a cool little area.
well, this is remarkable, and what a treat for us, Wendy,
Well, I'm just so glad
for
you could
you
come.
to show this. Now every day when I
Visit.
walk by, I will know.
You'll know.
And more importantly, really be able to imagine what went on way back when the prominent members of Oklahoma society and Oklahoma history lived here.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Wow.